So no extra props needed for this evening. We are going to start in our hero pose on the mat. So go ahead and come onto your knees. Now if you need to double up your mat a few times for a little bit of support under your knees, you can definitely find that. But you're on your knees, your seat is reaching back for your heels, so you should just feel a gentle stretch through the tops of the thighs. Now, once you're in a comfortable position, lengthen through your spine and bring your palms up on your thighs. So nice and tall, roll the shoulders down the back, palms floated up on the thighs, and then go ahead and relax your eyes closed. Start to notice your breath. Now, if your breath is sitting up high in the chest, think about dropping it lower into the belly. So as you're inhaling, I want you to think about filling your belly up with air. Let that inhale travel up through the rib cage, breathing space in between your ribs. And finally, letting it reach the chest. Now you're going to release from the opposite direction. So release from the chest, knit the ribs together, feel your belly button press back towards your spine. So we're finding our 3-part breath. So think about it like a wave through the body. Bring all of your awareness into that 3-part breath. Feel the wave as it travels upward as you inhale. Feel the wave release down as you exhale. Clear your mind of any other chatter. Should you have a random thought come into your head, let it pass as quickly as it came without judgment. Our intention for this evening is simple. Our intention is to stay in the moment. So as we move through our practice, staying present in the here and the now, so not letting the mind wander, whether it's in a difficult hold or maybe in a resting posture. Staying present, staying focused on the breath. Softly open your eyes. Inhale, circle sweep the arms out to the side and up. Lift through the arms, tilt the head back so your gaze is up towards the sky. Really reach, really lengthen. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Dive your hands down towards the mat. Release the head and chest into a child's pose. Inhale to hold. Exhale, slowly restack your spine. Head is last to lift. And again, inhale, circle sweep the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, hinge it forward. Inhale to hold. Exhale, slowly restack your spine. Go ahead and do 2 more to your own pace of breath. Just starting to get that blood flow going. And you'll meet me right back in that hero pose. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and slide the hands out in front. We're gonna come onto hands and knees. So find that tabletop position, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Inhale, lift the head, lift the hips, let your belly drop. Exhale, tuck the chin, round it back. So inhaling to lengthen into cow, exhaling to round it back into cat. So just finding a few cat-cows here. Just starting to move through the spine and also starting to warm up through the abdominals. As you complete take this next. Exhale, bring it to a neutral spine. Curl the toes under, shift your hips up and back. Find your first downward dog. Now if your calves are feeling tight, go ahead and take turns bending into one knee, letting the opposite heel sink towards the mat. So pedaling out through your feet. Really try to bring each heel down onto that mat. Go ahead and press both heels down. Float the gaze up towards your hands. Carefully walk the feet forward. Find your forward fold. So you should feel that nice stretch through the backs of the legs here. Head is fully released. Maybe shake out the head, little yes, little no. Last big inhale here with your exhale. Go ahead and slowly restack your spine. Head is going to be last to lift, and we're standing. Come to the front edge of your mat. Take your feet parallel, hip distance apart. Inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, hinge it forward. Bring those hands all the way down to your mat. Bend your knees however much you need to get those hands down. Now from here, you're gonna walk or jump your feet back to a plank. So your choice, walk or jump, find that plank and hold. Nice long spine, ground down through the palms. We're gonna take our yoga push-up, our chaturanga. So think triceps here, you guys. Give me an inhale here. As you exhale, bend the elbows, squeeze them into your ribs. Hover those elbows in, release it all the way down. Inhale, take it up to a cobra. So a gentle back bend here to start. Head up, chest up, shoulders rolling down the back, elbows are still in tight. Now as you exhale, curl the toes under, press into those palms, shift the hips up and back, find your downward dog. Take the gaze up towards the hands. Now same thing, you can walk or jump the feet forward. Find your forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, bring the hands together and float them to heart center. Now again, inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, fold it forward, find your forward fold. Inhale, walk or jump those feet back to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga, tricep push-up. Inhale, take it to that cobra or sweep it up to that upward dog. Arms are long, hips lift up and off the mat. Exhale, curl the toes under, hit that downward dog. Now give me 3 breaths here in your downward dog. So we're considering this a little bit of a resting posture. Float the gaze up towards your palms, walk or jump those feet forward, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, hands meet. They lower to heart center. 2 more times. Inhale the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, walk or jump those feet back, plank. Exhale, take it through that chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog, your choice. Exhale, curl the toes under, downward dog. 3 breaths here, you guys. Good opportunity to check that your breath is still down low through the belly. Take your gaze up towards your palms, walk or jump those feet forward. Inhale in that forward fold, and exhale, lift, hands meet at heart center. All right, last one, you guys. Inhale the arms out to the side and up, and fold it forward. Walk or jump those feet back, plank, take it through your flow. Chaturanga, cobra or upward dog. Curl the toes under, shift the hips up and back, downward dog. Now we're gonna hold in your downward dog, you guys. So pausing it here in your downward dog, from here, we're gonna float that left leg off the mat. Now to start, keep your hips square. So you're not opening that hip yet, hip is pointed down. We're just holding here, hips still reaching up high. Make sure that head is released in between those arms. Now we are gonna let that hip open. So take that left leg up as high as you can get it towards the sky. Point those toes. Reach and lengthen. Now from here, float the gaze towards your hands. Left leg is gonna stay hovering, but as we exhale, pull the left knee in towards your chest, shift the weight forward so you're in that plank position, kind of like a mountain climber. Inhale, extend, lift it back up. Exhale, shift the weight forward, that little mountain climber position. So it's smooth. You're shifting that weight back and forth on the right foot. A lot of heat starting to build here, you guys. Make sure that you're still breathing. 2 more. Last one here. Left leg back up high to the sky. Slowly float that left foot down. Bend your knees. Send your hips back towards your heels. Find your child's pose. Roll out the wrists a few times. Definitely make sure you give your hands and wrists a little break. We're going to do it all over again. So bring those palms back down. Curl the toes under. Shift your hips up and back. Find that downward dog. Now right leg is going to lift. Keep the hips squared to start. So right hip is pointing down. You're just holding for a moment. Now lift that right leg up as high as you can get. Externally rotate from your hip. Point the toes. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the right knee and shift the weight forward into that plank. Inhale, reach, lengthen it up. Exhale, reach it forward. So same thing here. It's smooth. Shifting that weight up towards the left toes, back towards the left heel. 2 more, you guys, stick with me. Last one. Right leg up, float your right foot down, bend your knees, and find your child's pose. Roll out those wrists. All right, you guys, whenever you're ready, meet me back in that downward facing dog. So once you've found that downward dog, let's extend the left leg back up high to the sky. Let the hip externally rotate, bend into that left knee, stack the hips, float your gaze underneath that left underarm so you're in 3-legged dog. Really open up through the body, twist it left. Float the gaze back towards the mat, extend that left leg back up long. Now from here, slide that left leg through, step your left foot forward, runner's lunge. So left foot is in between the hands, right leg is long behind you, and see if you can hover your chest off of the left thigh. So even if that means that your hands aren't on the mat, they're just reaching, you don't want to be dumping into your thigh, your abs are engaged, long spine, gaze is down and forward. Now that right heel is going to stay lifted. Find your balance, float the arms up by the ears, coming into crescent lunge. So nice proud chest, shoulders down the back, breathing as you hold. So take a quick glance down. Make sure your left knee is stacked above your left ankle. Hips pressing down. Maybe even sink it a little bit lower. Now we're going to just transition it to warrior 1. So all you're going to want to do is spin that right heel down. So now your right heel is connected on the mat. Everything else is the same. Warrior 1. Now let's go ahead and open it to warrior 2. So keep the legs the same. Rotate over your right shoulder. Open the arms out wide to a T. Gaze is over your left fingertips. Bend into that left elbow. Bring that left elbow to the top of the left thigh. Inhale, sweep that right arm up by your ear. Little lateral bend here, lateral angle. Take it one step further if you'd like by bringing that left hand all the way down to the mat. Take it one step further by bending that right elbow and wrapping it around the lower back. Float that right arm back up by the ear if you took it to your bind. Bring the left elbow back on top of the knee, and then float it back up to warrior 2. So hips are still down low. Gaze is over those left fingers. And let's rotate it back, warrior 1. All right, we're going to take it right back into that crescent lunge how we started. So float that right heel back up. You're on the right toes. Now, a little bit of a balance challenge for you guys. Do a little warrior 3 action. Bring your hands together at heart center. Actively press your palms into one another. Start to shift your weight forward, up towards that left foot. Bump that right foot forward. Think about all your weight going into that left foot. Start to hover your right foot up and off the mat. So gaze is down and forward. Left leg is supporting all of your weight. Right leg is reaching long behind. One last breath here, stick with me. Now we're gonna get out of this nice and smooth. Float the right toes back onto your mat. Arms back up, crescent lunge. All right, you guys, go ahead and hinge it forward. Bring your hands to frame that left foot. Step the left foot back. Take it through your flow. So chaturanga. Inhale, sweep it, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, curl the toes under. Find your downward dog. Now you can hold in downward dog or bend the knees, find your child's pose. So whatever your resting posture is, downward dog or child's pose. We're gonna take a few breaths here. All right, you guys, we're all gonna meet in downward dog. So once you found your downward dog once more, let's go ahead and lift that right leg up high to the sky. Externally rotate from the hip, bend into your right knee, stack your hips, float your gaze underneath your right armpit. So a little three-legged dog action. Lift and lengthen that right leg back up high to the sky. Take your gaze up towards your hands, bend that right knee forward and step in between your palms. Runner's lunge. Now, once again, we're pulling the chest off of that right thigh. So even if that means that your hands are just actively reaching for the mat, notice the difference of the length of your spine with the chest hovering as opposed to just dropping into it. So think length. Find your balance, float the arms up by the ears, find that crescent lunge. So chest open, shoulders roll down the back. Once again, take a quick glance down. Make sure your right knee is above the right ankle. All right, now we're gonna take it into our warrior one. So all we're gonna do is twist that left heel. So now it's down on the mat. So hips are still squared forward, arms still up by the ears, nice open chest. From here, we're gonna take it right into that warrior two. So rotate, open it to the left. Float your gaze towards your right fingertips. Now we're gonna take it into that lateral angle here. So we're gonna bend the right elbow, bring it down to your right knee. Inhale, lift that left arm up by the ear. So once again, length. Think about your entire left side being one long line. Now you've got options to take it further. Right hand can come all the way down to the mat. Left arm can wrap into your bind if that feels okay. Whatever's gonna work for you and your body. Now we'll take that left arm back up by the ear if you took your bind. Right elbow back on top of the knee if you took it down. And let's go through it again. So press it back up, warrior two. Gaze is down those right fingertips. Rotate the hips forward, square it off, warrior one. Arms up by the ears. Now from here, we're gonna take it to that warrior three, that balance challenge. So bring the hands together at heart center, press your palms into one another. Start to shift the weight forward and bump that left foot in. All the weight's going into that right foot. Give me a big inhale. As you exhale, float the left leg up and off the mat. So gaze is down and forward, long spine. Try to keep that left hip pressing down so hips are parallel. All right, so we're gonna get out of this smoothly. Slowly lower the left toes back down on the mat. Float those arms up, hit that crescent lunge. Hold it here. Now from here, we're gonna rotate over that left shoulder. So we're gonna bring it nice and wide. So both legs are straight, toes turned out. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, fold it forward. Wide leg forward fold. So release through your head. Once again, you've got those toes turned out. Hands are on the ground right in front of you. And you've got an option to take a few bends through the legs, a few squats, and extend. Every time you're trying to bring the crown of your head closer to the mat. So each time that you bend and then straighten through the legs, you're releasing a little bit deeper into the pose. Last one here, you guys. Now I want you to hold. Hands are going to stay on the ground, but walk your hands back between the legs. So you're still trying to pull the crown of your head down. Arms are nice and long. Fingers are reaching back behind you. Think about shifting the weight a little bit more forward. Maintain your balance. Walk the hands back to center. Bring them right underneath your throat. Go ahead and bring your left hand to center so it's right underneath the throat. Inhale, lift that right arm up, twist it right. So open through that right side body, stack your shoulders, float your gaze up towards your right fingers. Inhale it here. Exhale, replace the replace the left hand with the right. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Float your gaze up towards your left fingertips. Really rotate through the spine. Keep the hips pressing down. Inhale it here. Exhale, bring it back to center. Both hands down. Try to bring the crown of the head a little bit closer. And then keep your hands on the ground. Go ahead and toe heel your feet in. So you find yourself in a forward fold. Maybe shake out the legs, maybe shake out the head. And then go ahead and last to lift. So we're all the way back to standing. So from here, we're going to continue with a little bit of balance. We're going to find our tree pose. So feet are parallel, hip distance apart here. Bring your hands onto your hips to start. Now from here, right foot's going to stay down. Lift your left heel. Come onto your left toes. Turn it out. So you're on your left toes. You've now externally rotated through that left leg. Whenever you feel balanced, float the left foot to the right inner ankle. So just a low tree pose to start here. Now you can definitely progress if your balance is feeling good. So you can float that left foot a little higher on the calf, or if it can get there, take it all the way up to the inner thigh. Where you don't want it going is pressed against your knee. So it's either below the knee or above. Now hands can stay at your hips, or they can come together at heart center. Or maybe you want to challenge your balance. Maybe you want to grow some branches. So whatever feels good for you here, whatever's going to take you to your challenge point, find it. And if you really feel like challenging yourself today, you guys, closing your eyes is always an option. It makes it so much more challenging not being able to focus on anything. Now wherever your arms are, go ahead and bring those hands back on your hips, and we'll slowly release that left foot down. So shake it out, shift all the weight into that left foot, lift the right heel up, turn the leg out, so knee is pointed out to the right, float your right foot to the inside of the left ankle, find your balance, and then it can slide up a little higher on the calf. Remember, it's not going to press into the knee though. It's either below it, or it can come all the way above to the left inner thigh if that's okay. Hands can go wherever you would like. Stay on the hips, heart center. Once again, you can sprout some branches. Maybe you're a breezy tree today. A little breeze is okay. And then remember, if you really want that extra balance challenge, you can always float the eyes closed. All right, you guys, one last breath here. We will all bring hands back to our hips, and we'll slowly release that right foot down. All right, you guys, one last set of balance postures. So keep your feet parallel, hip distance apart. We're gonna go into a little dancer pose, which is my favorite. So feet are parallel, hip distance apart. How we're gonna start, bring your right elbow into your right side, palm turned up towards the sky. From here, you're gonna lift that right foot up and off of the mat, so all the weight's in the left foot. Bend your right knee. Think about pulling your heel in towards your seat. Reach your right hand from the inside of your foot and pull your heel in towards your seat. So it's like a little quad stretch to start, but notice your hand is from the inside arch of the foot, not the outside, inside. All right, you guys. So this is already a balance challenge in and of itself. So you can always stay here. Now, if you want a little bit more, maybe float the left arm up by the ear. Head up, chest up. Now, you've got the option of starting to reach the right leg a little bit further behind. So you're just creating some space. Now, if you want to take it even further, start to kick into that right leg. Maybe start to lower the chest forward. Keep your balance. If you've got a wall close by, you can always hold on to that. Whoop. See, we're breezy dancers today too. Let's do one last breath here. Slowly bring it back in and release that right leg. These balance postures, man, I tell ya. All right. So feet are back to parallel, hip distance apart, left elbow into the left side body, palm up. Shift the weight into your right foot, hover your left foot off the mat, bend into your knee, reach your left hand to the inside of your left foot. So find your quad stretch, hold. Hold it here for a moment in your quad stretch. If it feels okay, right arm up by the ear. So once again, this in and of itself, a huge balance challenge. You can stay here, that's totally fine. You can start to reach that left leg back a little away from the body, just creating some space. Head and chest can stay lifted. Or you can take it into that full expression, kicking into that left leg and dropping the head and chest a little bit forward. Find your balance, make sure you're breathing. One last breath here. Bring it all the way back up and release. All right, you guys, make your way back to the front edge of your mat. Take your feet parallel, hip distance apart. Let's go through our flow. Inhale, lift the arms out to the side and up. Exhale, fold it forward. Go ahead and walk or jump those feet back to your plank. Take it down through your chaturanga. Sweep it up, cobra or upward dog, and curl the toes under. Find that downward dog position. All right, you guys, go ahead and bend into your knees. Let your knees rest on the mat. Sacrifice one of your hips down onto the mat. Take your legs out in front of you. Let's go ahead and lay it on down. So once you lay it down, take your feet, ground them into the mat. We're gonna finish with a little bit of bridge here, and then we'll take our Shavasana. So feet grounded into your mat, arms down long beside you. Give me a big inhale here. With your exhale, lift the hips, roll the spine up, find the top of your bridge and hold. So we're holding in the top of our bridge. I'm gonna give you guys your options. So you can stay right here. This is perfectly fine. You're still helping to strengthen the back side of your body. If you wanna go a little bit higher, think about tucking your shoulder blades under and then interlacing your fingers right behind your back. So you'll feel your height just lift a little bit more. Really press those hips up towards the sky. Or you can take it into your wheel, or maybe even just practice it. So if you want to take it to that wheel, release the spine, release the hips down, ground your feet down, bring your hands back by your head, elbows turned up towards the ceiling, press into your feet, give me a big inhale. As you exhale, lift it up to that full wheel. So wherever you are, you're breathing, you're holding, hips are pressing up towards the ceiling. We're stretching out the front side of the body as we build strength in the back side of the body. One last big breath here. And as slow as you can go with control, release the spine, release your hips, extend the legs up high to the sky, wrap your hands behind your thighs or your calves, maybe flex the feet. Release the head down, hug your knees in towards your chest, rock it a little side to side. Take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Give those knees a pull over to the left. Open your right arm out to the right hand side. Take your gaze towards your right fingers. Go ahead and pull the knees back to center. Let's take it on the opposite side. So right knee pulls, right hand pulls the knees to the right. Gaze is over towards your left fingers. Bring the knees back to center, hug them in towards your chest. Do any other last minute stretches you would like. And then whenever you're ready, extend your legs out long. Let your feet fall open. Palms are gonna turn up towards the sky. Coming into Shavasana, our final resting posture. Relax the eyes closed whenever you're ready. Find that wave of breath. So starting to tune into that 3-part wave. Starting to slow everything down. Relax through each muscle in your body. Let your body start to sink down into the earth. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Small movements to start, and then gradually make those movements a little larger. Whenever you're ready, roll over onto your right side, finding your fetal position. Keeping your eyes closed, making as little movement as possible. Make your way up to a cross-legged seated position. Palms up on the knees. Taking these last few breaths to reflect on your practice and to thank yourself for this time. Go ahead and bring the hands together at heart center. Softly open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm sure you guys all killed it.